it's Amanda, and I'm coming to you with another currently inked video. I know we just did one a couple weeks ago, like literally like the first or the second, oh, the third, so actually 16 days ago, but I've gotten quite a few new things in. Some things you've seen. Okay, like one thing you've seen, and one is a new ink that you haven't seen. One's a new knit. Anyway, I've gotten some new stuff in, and I didn't do unboxing videos of everything because it came when I couldn't record. So I wanted to do a currently inked, and I will admit at the end, I'll go through the previous currently inked and tell you like what's still inked and what combinations I liked and what I haven't liked so much. But yeah, so I thought that we'd get started. So the first thing is a new pen, and the ink isn't new. We swatched it before, but I haven't used it in a pen before, so it's a new experience for me. But the pen is the Esterbrook Estie. This is the Lilac version with the chrome trim, and I have mine with the journaler nib, which I thought was kind of interesting, which is really what drew me to this pen. My Aurora is actually out for service with Gina Salarino. I think that's how you say her name. It's out with her for service, and this nib is nib work that she's done for Esterbrook, and it's based off a vintage nib. I don't remember the number, but it's based off a vintage Esterbrook nib, and yeah, I wanted to try it and found somebody that still had it in stock, and yeah, I've sold some things and gotten rid of some stuff, and yeah, got my tax return in, so yeah, I have done a little present shopping for myself. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is currently inked. New pen ink edition, and the date is 2/19/21. I'm not sure, should I zoom in for this? Can you see it? I know my camera's kind of, my page is tilted because I need to tilt it so I can write comfortably, but yeah, so this journaler nib is a medium Esterbrook nib, but it's kind of stubby, and I think that you can see it's kind of like a stub nib. And I'm gonna actually have a video, I'm gonna do a video where I compare, because I have this and I have some other nibs, actually one that you'll see later. I've gotten amassed quite a little collection of stub and stub-like nibs. Oh, 1858, I wonder if that's the is that the year Esterbrook was founded, or is that the number of the nib? I'm not sure. I know that Esterbrook vintage nibs have a number stamped on them, so because I have a couple of vintage ones. But yeah, so anyway, so this is, I really like it. It's really smooth, and yeah, I have really enjoyed writing with it. I did a writing sample on the Cosmo Airlight paper, so I'll show that to you at the end, but I wanted to do this. So Esterbrook, this is the Lilac version, and I have a journaler nib, and the ink is Van Dieman's. Tasmania line purple. I was making some samples for some people, and this was one of the requested ink samples, and I was like, oh, I need to get this in a pen. So the thing about this pen, when you close it, is you kind of have to push it, because there's like a spring mechanism with the seal inside. So anyway, so yeah, this is a really pretty pen. I like the one that I got, and this is the ink. I'll show you. Van Dieman's is now coming in different bottles. They have a 30 ml bottle, but it's their old style bottle, and also a 50 ml bottle now, which is similar to, I think it's similar to the Sailor bottles if I'm not mistaken. But this is from that giant order a few months back, where I have 30 ml, and yeah, it's a really pretty purple. So it's kind of a bluey purple, and it actually, I didn't know that it was going to match so well, but it actually matches the pen pretty well. So I'm like really excited about it. Next up, we have another recent addition. This one actually just showed up yesterday. This is a Pelican M205 in the Aquamarine finish. I have had the ink for a long time, and thank you to pen friend Melissa. She showed me the way to somebody who had this available, and I was able to get one. So, yeah. This is a Pelican M205 Aquamarine. I think this is, yeah, it's a medium nib. I have a medium nib on this one. And the ink is Pelikan, Edelstein, Aquamarine. Also, all of you pen flushers out there will be happy to know that I flushed each of these pens before filling them, with the exception of maybe one of them. But you saw me not flush it on camera, I believe, so that won't be a surprise. So next up, I had zero intention of getting this pen, but it ended up being like one of those like, we're final stock, blah blah blah, and if you order it you get a free bottle of ink. So I bought this is ridiculous, I know, a Sailor Pro Gear in the Graphite Lighthouse. It has the clear demonstrator finial. I freaking love it. And at the end, the clear finial is one of my favorite things. Well, it's kind of like a white finial, but it's one of my favorite things of the Angel's Delight. And so I just really love this pen. It's darker than the Anchor Gray 1911 that I have, but I couldn't resist. So I actually didn't put the ink in it. It came with a bottle of Sailor Ink Studio 223, which, as you know, I just swatched and kind of fell in love with. But I chose to ink this up with a different ink because as soon as I got it, I was like, oh, I need to put my birthday present ink in here. This is my favorite gray ink. It's Gecko Wool, and it's by Jacques. It's part of their Essentials line. It's my favorite gray. It's my absolute favorite gray. Like, I love lots of grays. I have lots of grays, but this is my favorite one. So, this is the Sailor Pro Gear Graphite Lighthouse. I got this with the broad nib. And the ink is and yeah, it's beautiful and I love it. Next up we have, I was getting the Pannonia ink samples, all the ones that I didn't have because there were like 10 of them left. And when I went to Van Ness website, they had the Lavender Kaweco Sport on their website. I've covered up the logo with the clip because I just did. But yeah, it's the Kaweco collection. Does it say collection on here? No, it says Kaweco Sport. But it's the Kaweco collection Lavender. It's the first of like three. Well, it's first of like two Kaweco collection pens that they're coming out with this year. There's an AL Sport in purple that I really love as well. I don't know how much that pen will cost. It'll depend on the price as to whether or not I get it. but I really don't need more pens. So, we'll see. Famous last words. But the ink, I should be making these boxes bigger, but I'm not. The ink is like a perfect match for this pen. This is Lavender, and I got it with a broad nib. And the ink is Tono and Limbs, number 11, boundary between like and dislike. I thought about putting Ferris Wheel Press Little Rabinia in here, but I had the Tono and Limbs out already and available to ink up, and I just love this ink. I love this ink so much. I love the name. The name gets me. The color is amazing, and also I sent some to some people, so I had it sitting out. So, and a pen it goes. I actually previously had this in another Kaweco, my Frosted Sport, my Frosted Coconut, and I love that combination a lot. But yeah, I couldn't resist the matchy-matchiness of the pen and the ink. And so, yeah, so this is probably going to be the combination, and I'll have to find a new ink for that pen, for the Sport. The only thing that would make me love this more is if it was also a Frosted Sport. I think a Lavender Frosted Sport would be so pretty. So, yeah. So next up, this is one that you've seen before, but it's still inked, and it's still new, and I wanted to include it. This is my Aurora Duo Cart. In light, I think it's light pink. I'm not sure if it's pink or light pink. I've seen it both places. I've seen it listed as both things, and this is a medium nib. I think the Duo Carts only come in medium nibs, if I'm not mistaken, and it's still inked with Aurora Black, which is this tiny little bottle. This came with my Nebulosa, and I also got one in the gift set with this pen. So I just used the one that I had open. So there you go. We've got lots of pastel going on here. Lots of purple, lots of pastel. Yeah. The next up is not a new pen. This is a Franklin Christoph Model 2 in the antique glass, also known affectionately as the Coke bottle glass. But the new thing about this is I have a Franklin Christoph music nib on here. I've been wanting a music nib, and it actually was like on their website, and I was like, oh, I'll buy a pen with the music nib. And then I'm like, no, you don't need to buy a whole new pen. Just buy the freaking nib. So that's what I did. This is the Franklin. The ink is pen. .503 rose powder. And for this, I actually feel, oops. It's not the nib that's messed up, it's me holding it just right. For this fill of this pen, I finished the sample that I have of PenBBS 503 rose powder, which was a gift from my dear friend the Count over Creepy Nibs. And Count, my dear, if I send this file back, will you give me a refill? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so this ink is so pretty, and I'm glad that I decided to use it with this nib. So rip rose powder, but I'm having lots of fun using this nib. Let's show the nib off again. It's so pretty. Okay, we have two more. One is a pen that I have talked about, and I think I showed it off real fast, but it hasn't been inked yet. But this is my Lamy Studio Racing Green that I purchased from one of the pen friends here. So thank you, Lori. And I have this inked with a brand new ink. It's Robert Oster Citrus. So we will go ahead and write that down. I know this is like a brighter green than the racing green color is, but I wanted this ink in a green pen, and this was the green pen I had available. So actually, just after I inked it, I was like, oh, I probably should have maybe inked it with Irish green. It might have been a little more appropriate, but March is coming, and Irish green will be in a pen for basically all of March. This is the Lamy Studio Racing Green, and this has a fine nib on it, and the ink is Robert Oster Citrus. It's a beautiful bright spring green. And I just realized, when I was doing these scribbles that I didn't do the scribbles here, so we'll fill those back out. Yeah, my love of Lamy Studios. I love and adore this one, and I'm really happy that I have it in my possession. And last but not least, this is not a new pen, but it is a new ink. And yeah, the ink that I had in here before, I wasn't really fond of it. So at least in the pen, had a little water in the cap still. So let me kind of wipe that off. Okay. So this is inked with my Mont Blanc red velvet, or velvet red. So this is the Pelikan M205, white transparent, medium nib on here, and the ink is Mont Blanc, Shakespeare, velvet red. Somebody was kind enough to leave a comment and let me know that Drum Ghouls is out of it, so hopefully if you wanted the ink you were able to get some. Yeah, apparently you can find it on eBay, but it's like, I found a listing after they mentioned it being like $100 for like $60, but I don't know if that listing is still there or if it's even still that price. $60 is still pretty spendy, but yeah. Yeah, so I'm glad that I have this kind of in a pen now. It's a really warm, rich, warm red that I am really enjoying. And I want to say, like, these two, like, really don't go with, maybe even, like, these two really don't even go with, like, the rest of this color scheme. But, yeah, I'm really happy with my selection of pens and inks. So we'll kind of show them off here. So here's what we've got going on. I put everything upside down before. I don't know why I did that, but I guess we'll make all our clips go this way today because everything else is facing that way. So here is our currently inked. Yeah, so I did want to go ahead and show you the Cosmo Airlight paper just so you can kind of get a view of what those things look like together. This paper just makes everything look way broader than Tomoe River paper does. Like, look at that. It just, like, it doesn't even soak into the paper because nothing bleeds through, but it's like so cushy of a paper that it just, like, even that fine, like, look how different the fine looks. It just makes everything look broader. So if you like really fine nibs and you like the lines to be really, really fine, you might not like this paper because it's going to make your lines seem a lot thicker. Alternatively, I guess if you have a nib that's like really super fine and you want it to look a little broader, then you might love this paper. I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to figure out how I feel about this paper. It's fun to play with. I think the ink looks really nice on it, but yeah, the jury's still out. I haven't made like an official decision. I love it. I love the feel of writing on it. But then I look at it later, I'm like, everything looks so broad. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still a fan of the Tomoe River paper. That's not going away for me anytime soon. Oh, hi, Patches. Hi. But yeah, but I love how the colors like seem so much more vibrant. So yeah. So going back, because this fits in the page in the screen a little better. Move those. We'll go over our previously currently inked, and I'll talk about what we still have inked. So this is still inked because I've been using all of these. This is still inked because it still has ink in it. Oh my goodness. You have the biggest mouth for the tiniest birds, Mr. P. It's a teeny tiny bird. Are you yelling at it? Are you going to go get it? You're just going to rub on the bag instead? Okay. This is still inked. I think this one's almost done. I think this is the one that didn't have as much in it. No, it was this one. This one is almost done. This one is done. I actually finished the fill on that one. This one is still inked because I haven't even used it. This is still inked, but it's almost done. This is done. I finished the fill on that. It wasn't a very big fill. This one still has ink in it, and I still love it. I might refill that. I like that combination. This is still inked. This is still inked. I have been using the crap out of this, and I love it. Like, I love it. I love it. I'm gonna have to get Gourmet Pens Pink in a pen because I might have two favorite pinks because the thought of like knocking Gourmet Pens Pink off my top favorite just makes me want to cry. But this one is so good. It's so good. This one's still inked because I actually haven't really been using it. I might either make a point of using it or I don't know, or just like refilling it with something else. This one is the one that was in this pen. I actually didn't like this. I didn't like this one at all. I think it looks really neat. Like the color is really interesting. It definitely looks like a pretzel to me, but on some papers it looked good, and some papers it's not my brown, I don't think. I think it's a little too light for me, or like it's a little, I don't know. There's something about it that I like the way. Oh my gosh, Patches. I like the way it looks like in general, but I don't enjoy writing with it. And it's not even that writing with it is bad. It's just I don't like watching the ink go down on the paper. And yeah, I don't know. There's just something about this one that doesn't agree with me. It's really lovely ink and it's really pretty, but I'm not tempted to go out and buy a bottle of that. I'm happy that I have the sample that I have from Casey, and I will use that sample. I might put it in a thinner nib, a finer nib, and see how it looks there. But yeah, I don't know. It was too much in this pen. This one is still inked because I was forcing myself to use the soft pretzel. So I didn't really get to use the yellow as much. This was finishing a fill, and I've actually finished it. This is still inked because I haven't. I think it's almost empty. And I think I might put Toffee Brown in it next. Either Toffee Brown or that Sailor 223. This is still inked. It's permanently inked. This is still inked, but I think the fill is almost done. Ooh, I like the way those two look together. And then this is still inked, even though I've been using the crap out of it to write letters and stuff. So yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I've actually like gotten rid of like 4 of these. So yeah, so these will kind of be in the background. I'm still writing IncoRimo letters. I am up to like 13 or 14, so I'm like 5 behind. So yeah. I will have some more Ink Studio ink videos coming. This week has been... the schedule around here has just been nuts. We hired somebody at work, and there's been training, and I've been at work. I've been in the office more than usual, and when I haven't been at work more than usual, other people have been around, and I can't record a video. So yeah, so it's been a little trying this week, but I do plan on doing some more Ink Studio inks. I got the missing ones, so I'm going to take a look at the series and see where we go from here. Yeah, so awesome. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this currently inked. I have 2 more things coming in, and then I'm basically done for a while as far as pen stuff's concerned, until those Sailor 50 States comes out. Yeah, I don't need to buy any more pen stuff. So yeah, so awesome. Yeah, so you will see videos about the other things later. The reason I didn't do unboxings on these, and I think I mentioned it before, is I just prefer having like a fresh reaction when I unbox something. I don't like unboxing it and then like putting it away like I didn't unbox it. I'm not a good actor. I can't even like pre-record 30 inks videos without telling you I'm pre-recording a 30 inks video. So I obviously can't like make a fake reaction video, so I just didn't bother. I think actually I probably should have unboxed this one. I think this one's interesting enough that it could have used its own video, but the next 2 things that I'm getting in will definitely have their own videos because I think they warrant it. Yeah. Oh, also one quick comparison for this Kaweco. If you have some of the other purple Kawecos, I wanted to show you what it looks like next to them. So let me take these clips off. This one's stuck. Okay. We have, this is the royal purple, which is a standard Kaweco color. I think you can still get this. This is the collection video, and then this is the metallic purple. So this is kind of what it looks like in the purple lineup as far as Kaweco is concerned. I think they have a couple of other, they have maybe I think they have like an art sport, which there's a couple different purple versions. I don't have one. I could have gotten one of them, but it was like $100, and I was like, I do not $100 want a Kaweco. So, I didn't get it, but, yeah. So that's what these cute little Kawecos look like next to each other. I'll put them up so you can see them a little better. Let's put them so they're not. So yeah, so here's what these 2 look like next to each other, and what these 2 look like next to each other. So yeah, hope that you enjoyed this video and this fun little currently inked, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Love you. Bye. Y'all, before I go, well, I've already left, but I just ended the video and went to take this pretty thumbnail picture and realize that I've hit 600 subscribers. So thanks to all of you who have been here. 600 people want to hang out with me and talk pen stuff. So I'm glad that you're all here. Thank you so much for being here. I really am blown away. Like, honestly, it's pretty cool. You're amazing, and I love you, and bye. Wait, sorry. I need to sign off properly, even though I signed off earlier. Actually, I might delete that. Anyway, I need to sign off properly for everybody, but specifically for Ramona.